And Poland has a massive part to play in this strategy for us. We're already now having conversations with customers that are looking to form new Polish partnership opportunities. So again, I think that's something that we're going to see more of coming through this year.
Moim gościem jest Ali Morrill, Business Development Manager, którą zapytałam, co ważnego wydarzyło się w 2023 roku i jakie plany na 2024 ma The Royal Mint. Zapraszam. So Ali, really good to see you again. First, I think an important question right away. What was your greatest success in 2023 as the Royal Mint?
Well, first of all, Jolanta, it's amazing to see you again, and amazing to always have this opportunity to support you and to have the opportunity to just to share some brilliant stories and what's going on at the Royal Mint at the moment. I think I would say the biggest success we've had for 2023 would definitely be our ranking of what we achieved in Europe. So every year, Metal Focus results come in January. We get them quarterly and then we get them in January. We did have a little celebration because it was proven that compared to our other global sovereign mints, we achieved #1 ranking in silver and gold ounces sold into Europe. So it's an amazing achievement for the Royal Mint in what has been a challenging year for everybody. Is that we achieved #1 market share in Europe, which is a fantastic success, and I think just really goes to show just the amount of work and the focus that the Royal Mint had during, as I say, quite a challenging year. And even in the US, we achieved a ranking of about 3 in gold and silver. So, that's definitely, I would say, something to celebrate last year.
So tell something more. What did sales of gold and silver Britannia looks like in 2023?
Well, last year, we all saw the gold price shoot up, which reached a spot price of an all-time high in British pounds, surging past £1,650 for the first time ever. So that meant great news for customers and that are actually holding gold. But what that means in 2023 is that a lot of people were starting to buy what we saw smaller coins and bars. So, for example, instead of a customer purchasing a 1 ounce gold Britannia, they would be looking to purchase a 1/2 ounce gold Britannia. So it's been a bit of a shift, but it's amazing to see that trend really came through last year and continues to go through into the start of 2024. As we all know, silver has been extremely challenging due to the change in German taxation. However, there is definitely a silver light at the end of the tunnel, and actually Poland looks like it's going to be our saviour. So there's some really exciting things that are now being discussed in the market to support sales of silver into Europe. So watch this space.
What significance did it have for the Royal Mint financials results?
Well, in 2022 to 23, the results that we achieved were actually a record year. The Royal Mint achieved £1.9 billion revenue, which was just phenomenal.
Can you tell us which product from your offer was the most popular among investors? Britannia or Sovereign? What was that?
Of course. So in Europe, Britannia bar sales we saw really grow last year, which was just a tremendous result for us to see that trajectory, and it's continuing in the right way, which is, again, it's a really, really exciting growth for us in the bar market. Sovereign sales have increased year on year. And also, it's probably it's a good point to mention about we had some incredible launches last year to celebrate the coronation of King Charles. The coronation coins were super successful. They did have a mintage, So the demand of those coins was obviously very, very, very high, which we couldn't obviously meet the demand because it had a mintage. But what we found is that also really helped boost our the sales of our other products. And just to give you a fun fact, that 4% of bullion coins sold by the Royal Mint in 2023, actually the ones that featured the crowned effigy of King Charles. And what that means is that those coins now could become very, very highly sought after. So any customers that purchased the crowned effigy coins of King Charles last year did very well in their decision.
Ali, and now from the other way, you have established a cooperation with United States Mint. What was the main reason for releasing a common coin?
Absolutely. It's been an amazing partnership that we've achieved with the US Mint. It actually goes back, Yolanda, to 2020 when we launched a coin to celebrate the 400th anniversary of the Mayflower voyage. And the design was just stunning. So we designed from the Royal Mint showing basically the Mayflower ship leaving the UK, and then the US Mint designed it actually coming into the US. So the design really depicted the partnership between the UK and the US at that stage. And it was really successful. And again, it's just all about showcasing the partnership we have with our US partners.
It's wonderful, make something together.
Absolutely, absolutely. And even with the launch of the coin that we launched last month, the Britannia and Liberty coin, again, hugely successful. The coin did have a mintage. We could have probably sold that coin about 10 times over the mintage. It was such a success. So again, it just goes to show this partnership is really important, and it's lovely, and it works.
Tell me, it is a one-time project now, or can we expect such a more joint projects?
It's something that the Royal Mint is actively looking at the moment, Yolanda. There's been such success stories with our partnership, so there will be more coming. And all I can say at the moment is, again, watch this space.
So, what plans does the Royal Mint have for 2024?
Oh, where do I start? Okay, so sustainability continues to be a huge focus for the business. We already have on site at our plant in Llantrisant in Cardiff in Wales a brand new solar farm. We've got additional wind turbines on site, a combined heat and power plant, and even a battery storage facility. So it all forms the Royal Mint's local energy centre. Also, which is quite incredible to see, is that we are now continuing to really push forward with recycling precious metals out of electronic waste. And that really helps kind of drive a circular economy. It is quite amazing to see all these massive, sort of almost truckloads of laptops coming into the Royal Mint, and we're extracting precious metals out of them. So it's an incredible incentive to see happening. Bullion continues to have a huge focus on exclusive designs, which I know we've just sort of touched on, and we really see that becoming a continued part of our focus, as it really gives the bullion market an element of collectability. There is huge continued global growth, and obviously a major focus for us to maintain the incredible market share that we achieved last year. And Poland has a massive part to play in this strategy for us. We're already now having conversations with customers that are looking to form new Polish partnership opportunities. So again, I think that's something that we're going to see more of coming through this year. And my goodness, we launched an ETC onto the Polish market. So this is the first ever ETC on the Polish stock exchange, selling a first gold product, and it can be purchased in zloty. So again, there's some really great sort of success stories but lots ahead, lots of exciting strategies and plans for the Royal Mint going into 2024.
One more thing, be a part of Metalverse.
Absolutely. We will always continue to have the most amazing partnership with Metalverse. It's a very important to us.
For Polish community, it's really main point because
Absolutely.
They want to meet with you. So
absolutely, it's always a pleasure to be with in partnership with Metalverse.
So Ali, personally, what do you love most about numismatics?
I would say it's the fact it really is literally history in your hands. As I mentioned, in 2023, 4% of our coins were coronation coins, and this marked massive, huge, monumental moments in history. You know, it really was a kind of a one-off that will never ever happen again in my lifetime. So again, I just think it's just such a marker of history, and that's what numismatic, that's what I love about about having these coins. It's a marker of history in our lives, isn't it? And just even things that I can see from the Royal Mint about what we achieved with Britannia, for example. 10 years ago, we launched the most visually secure coin in the world, the Britannia coin. And it's incredible to think we were such at the forefront of technology even then. And what's really exciting to see about the Royal Mint, again, is something within this numismatic amazing world that we're in, is that our engineers are all actually working on plans to even potentially take the Britannia to another level. So it's just always something exciting happening that we all love to share and discuss. So on that note, definitely watch this space on the plans the Royal Mint have for this year. We're working very hard behind closed doors at the moment, so exciting times ahead.
Remember, rest at Metalverse.
And Metalverse, of course, we will be joining Metalverse later on this year in Poland. I am sure about that. It'll be wonderful to be back with you guys.
Ali, thank you for your time and best regards for whole team, the Royal Mint.
Yolanta, thank you so much for your amazing support, and best wishes from everybody at the Royal Mint.
Thank you. See you next time.
Thanks, Yolanta. See you soon.